On the naked. Oh, nice.
What if I told you a ton of these controller settings videos have been lying to you this entire time, and have been only hurting your ability to become a top tier player? Well, today I'm going to help you set the record straight. My name is Psykho. I'm a professional Apex Legends coach, and I work on behalf of Glytch Energy. I have competed and also coached multiple ALGS tournaments, including the Pro League and the ALGS playoffs. I've coached and played Apex Legends for about 8,000 hours, and I've helped pros as well as casual players develop aiming and gun skill habits. Without further ado, I'm going to break down my own personal perspective on how to improve your own aim and gun skill in Season 16. To get us started off, we're going to go ahead and talk about your button layout. Your button layout is one of the most important factors towards your ability to move and shoot quickly. A lot of players that I've gotten to run into will either play default or button puncher as their preferred button layout. The problem with some of these players is that they may take their thumb off their aiming stick in order to perform actions like reloading, swapping their weapons, jumping, or crouching. So if you are taking your thumb off of your stick to press triangle, X, or square, or circle, or A, B, X, Y, whatever have you, this is wrong. And it disables your ability to acquire targets due to the fact that you're going to have to press a button or press on your stick and use it to aim in a direction. So to combat this problem, players have done one of two things. And if you're not doing one of these two things, you should highly consider it. One of them is playing claw. Playing claw is when you have your right index finger pressing all of your buttons for you. And the other method is having paddles on the back of your controller. Using paddles essentially is a way to create functions on the back of your controller with paddle devices that will substitute for those buttons on your controller. This way, you can react to targets immediately and never give up any control over your looking or aiming abilities. Now, button layouts are generally preference. Personally, I believe the best way to achieve the best movement and proper aiming is to utilize default and ensuring that you're either clawing or using paddles, and that would be 4 paddles or just clawing entirely. Now, there's no such thing as a perfect sensitivity. No matter what anyone tells you, know that sensitivity is a preference, and truly a journey every player needs to figure out on their own. The best piece of advice I can give you, though, is to find something and stick with it. Or you might find yourself in a sensitivity crisis, where you can't decide on something and your aim stays inconsistent. Sensitivity basically influences your playstyle and your ability to take certain challenges at your own pace. Some players are more movement-oriented, others are more positionally oriented. Some have great reflexes, and some do not. Some other piece of advice I'd like to give you is that a lot of players will go and start to use ALC right away, and that's not actually a really good idea. The reason why is because ALC is used as an advanced tool to modify and revise existing sensitivities. So instead of going straight into ALC, go ahead and use a normal sensitivity. If you're already using ALC and it seems to be comfortable for you right now, then that's fine. Go ahead and stick with it, but know, as I said earlier, you don't want to find yourself in a sensitivity crisis. So spend some weeks to get used to it and modify it to your needs, but do not continue to modify it forever. Otherwise, you're going to cause yourself some problems and make it so your aim is inconsistent. Now, if you ever want to learn what your best skill is and or want to get better with your gunplay or movement or positioning, hit that subscribe button and leave this video a like, because I'll be making more guides just like this one on those topics. With that out of the way, I want to separate the difference between aim and gunplay. It's a common misconception that people make. Aim is more so about hand-eye coordination and practicing techniques to which your hand-eye coordination can achieve. In other words, aim is these categories as far as we're concerned right now. It is tracking, it is flicking, and it is target switching. Although there are more ways than one to aim, these are the ones that we'll focus on primarily when it comes down to Apex Legends. I've also created a set of drills that will focus on these specific types of aim, and although you will be using guns, of course, inside of the game, that does not necessarily mean that you need to have every understanding or operational understanding of how those weapons work, as aiming is still crucial and you'll get the normal techniques of those aiming concepts through the weapons that I'm going to tell you to use. Gunplay is a little different from aim, and we're going to cover gunplay in a different video, but gunplay consists of recoil control, using ADS at the correct time, using the right weapon at the right time, and then hip firing correctly. So at the end of the day, these are what make up gunplay, and these are what make up aim. We're going to focus on aim today, as I had mentioned prior. For our tracking drill on easy mode, we're going to go ahead and grab a R301 with a gold magazine. We're going to go ahead and stand in the center platform and look to the square target closest to our right. You'll see that it's moving and on the second floor rocks of the firing range. We're going to go ahead and shoot that target until we achieve about 5k damage. From that point, you're going to want to move on to the intermediate drill. Our intermediate drill, we're going to go ahead and keep the same 301 with the same gold mag, and we're going to look at all of the squares moving inside of the firing range rather than just the one to the right. And we're going to do our best to track each and every single one of them until we hit about 5k damage. At that point then, you should go to the advanced drill. In our advanced practice, you're going to want to get a partner or a friend to join you in the range. Have them either play Pathfinder, Octane, or Horizon, or all three if that's what you choose. Have them pick up a red armor and a gold helmet for this exercise as well. Have them either use a jump pad and slide onto it and track them as they use the jump pad, or have them use Horizon Lift and track them as they come up and down, or use Pathfinder Zip to track them as they go across from spot to spot. You can do all of these exercises as you like, and take as much time as you like doing them. This is just more so for realistic practice in advanced situations. It is in the name, but flicking is a simple action of quickly acquiring your target by flicking your crosshair right onto them, and then firing accordingly once you've acquired them as a target. The reason why this is important to learn is because in Apex Legends, you want to be able to react quickly to down enemies, and flicking in a variety of ranges can help you knock or kill somebody. So to practice this, you want to work on quick reactions and being able to acquire your target by doing normal flicks and micro flicks, then firing at your target as quickly as possible. So we're going to go ahead and grab a wingman with a gold mag and head to the middle platform. This drill we call the 3-4-2-5-1-6, as symbolized on the screen by the numbers and targets that you see here. So we're going to hit target number 3, then reset to the middle, target number 4, then reset to the middle, target number 2, and so on. You want to flick and hit each target and then set yourself in the middle as a reset. Moving on, we're going to head to our intermediate Peacekeeper drill. We're going to go right in front of the dummy. We're going to turn ourselves left and basically perform a 90-degree flick onto our target, just like this. From this point, you're going to do it 10 times and then you're going to switch sides. And instead, now, you're flicking to the right from a 90-degree angle. For our last and final drill on flicking, in advanced mode, you're going to get a partner or a friend, you're going to jump inside of the firing range, and you're both going to pick up PKs and wingmans. You're not going to use any magazines or any shotgun bolts. You're going to play any legend you want, and the whole point is to just run around the range, just firing and flicking onto each other using these two weapons that are meant for flicking. It's great practice against one another, and it's great practice overall when you're trying to get realistic flicking examples and situations. Target switching is all about switching from one target to another, no matter the positioning of said targets. The reason why this is important to learn is because you may need to quickly switch or acquire targets in multiple in-game scenarios. Given that Apex Legends is a team game, this happens very often. To practice this, you and I are going to work on shooting and swapping targets constantly with these drills that are about to come up. For our first target switching drill, we're going to want to go ahead and grab this season's new gun, the Nemesis. You're going to attach a gold magazine to it, and we're going to go straight to the middle platform. Once you're on the middle platform, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to look at the dummy to the far left, and we're going to crack it. Then we're going to switch to the dummy in the middle, and then crack it. And then we're going to look at the dummy to the far right, and then crack it. And then you're going to go right back to the dummy on the far left, finish it, and reset it. Same thing with the middle, and then lastly, the one on the far right. And you're going to continue to do this for about 4 sets. You want to crack the dummies, and then you want to finish them off. Moving on to our intermediate mode. Right side, you'll see a square blue target. You're going to, in a straight line, basically shoot all of these targets. Once you've shot all of these targets, you're going to then go up 1 level and do the same exact thing. Always right to left. And you do it a few times. You just go ahead and you reset. I would recommend doing this about 5 times. Last but not least, on target switching, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to become Pathfinder. And you're going to want to drop your Nemesis temporarily. When you go become Pathfinder and drop your Nemesis temporarily, you're going to head to the back cave, all the way to the right. Then you're going to use Pathfinder's grapple to get up on this platform. Once on the platform, you're going to go ahead and look down and place your head down, and then switch characters. Once you hear that click, that means that the dummies are fully activated outside. What you're going to want to go ahead and do is grab yourself an armor really quickly, and grab yourself the Nemesis with the gold mag once again. And what you're going to simply do is you're going to switch targets that you aim at and finish them off. Going from anyone that you see, you want to randomly just pick off targets. Like so. This gets you warmed up for situations where enemies might be anywhere at any time, and making you go ahead and switch back and forth from different enemies or being prepared for others. It's also not a bad idea to continuously position and move yourself, so that way you can take isolated 1v1s. That's not a bad practice method either. And that would pretty much finish us up for target switching. In this video, we've went over a variety of topics, including aiming versus gunplay, sensitivity, as well as some other key aiming concepts relevant to Apex Legends. I also provided you with some of my own personal tips, tricks, and advice when it comes down to the drills and settings you might want to use in order to improve as a player. Please put any of your questions, thoughts, or concerns in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them all and make sure you get the best advice possible. Thanks for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this.